Hi, welcome back to the Spirit's Path. This is Dee, and today's tarot card of the day out of the Wildwood Tarot deck is the Ten of Bows and Responsibility. And as I meditated on this card, it takes great strength and fortitude to carry all those bows up to that tribe, to that social gathering place, okay, as he's climbing, the rocks in the path. But upon inspection of the card that much clearer, and I'm going to put it up there, maybe I can focus on it. If you notice his face, he's not sweating. He's kind of smiling. So he knows that, as he's climbing up, yes, it might be hard work, but, he is working for a cause. And it's not a selfish cause. It's a cause for, everybody, for the whole. And, even though it's a challenge, he's got that stamina and the determination to move forward, and as we go on our journey, we have different responsibilities on our paths and our journeys. Okay, we have that responsibility at work to show up on time, to do to give at least 100%. I mean, I know some people go to work that only give 10%. But, for the most part, when you're there at work, you're supposed to work. You're responsible. And it shows. It shows in your work ethic. It shows in how you communicate. It shows in your projects. It shows the dedication that you have. All right. And, even though it's a trade exchange, I trade labor for a paycheck. At the end of the day, it's for the greater good for all. Okay, because, if I'm selling a product, I want to make sure that I sell the best product that's out there. And, being in the automotive field, the product that I'm selling is going on bumpers. All right, so, you watch the big three, Ford, GM, and Chrysler, and, any truck or, van that goes down a line, or, car that goes down a line, that could be a product that, that I've sold to the customers that I'm at. And I take pride in the way those parts look, because it's our paint that's on the vehicles. So, it's, when you look at that at the end, it's, you can see that product driving all over the world. And that's what's really neat. So, the responsibility that's placed on me is to make sure that things get taken care of. All right, and if you put that into a family context as parents, we have the responsibility to take care of our kids, make sure that they're fed and they're growing, and make sure they're getting their homework done. And yet at the same time, you're your biggest support. You as parents are their biggest supporters when they're in the sports or band or whatever. You go to the events, you support what they do. That's a big responsibility. And grandparents are the same way. They come out to all those events for kids. From grade school, when it was just singing in the Christmas Noel songs and stuff like that, to when they're graduating for high school and they're sitting up there watching you graduate. Okay. Doing everything like that. That's a responsibility that parents and grandparents have, for their children and grandchildren, and children have their own responsibilities as well. I know with my kids, as they were growing up, their responsibility was to get good grades, and a lot of parents do that. As long as you get good grades, and are responsible for that. With that responsibility comes more responsibility. It's a trust issue too. So, as you look at that ten of bows and the responsibility, accept it. Accept that challenge, because what that's doing is that's helping you grow along your path. Do so with good humor, welcome it, challenge it, with humility and enthusiasm. Be enthusiastic about it. It's one thing to take out the trash. It's another thing to take out the trash without being asked, or clean the house, or do the dishes, whatever. Okay. Excuse me. The other piece, as somebody who is responsible, who's taken on that responsibility, it's also being confident in knowing that the elders of the tribe has given this person the opportunity to carry the bows up. All right? Because they were confident, he was able to get the job done. They knew he could do the job. That's why they gave him the task. He may have thought at the start, why are they giving me this? They could have chose so-and-so to do this. But when supervisors or bosses or business directors or parents say, hey, we want you to take this on, that's a compliment because they know you can do this stuff. All right? They want to see you succeed. So they're putting that responsibility on your shoulders. And to see how you do. And a lot of times you excel without even knowing it. Without even lifting a figure. It's like, man, that was pretty easy. I'm glad they gave me this opportunity. Even though the task, may be steep sometimes, and you don't understand it, as you're climbing up that hill, climbing up that path with those bows on your back, you're looking at it and you're smiling. You're going, you know what? Now I understand. I understand why they chose me for this. I'm an important part of that tribe. I'm an important part of my work team. I'm an important part of my family unit. I'm an important part of the social unit. Okay? And that's the responsibility of moving forward. That's the difference between, being a boy and being a man, or being a girl and being a woman. Okay, taking that next step forward, showing that responsibility. Along that path, as you're taking on that responsibility, you're learning life lessons. Just as the wanderer starts his journey through the major arcana, he learns from everybody he meets. Sometimes the trials and tribulations are on his path, and other times it's easy peasy. So, he learns those life lessons as he goes along. So honor and a sign of respect are also due on this person who's carrying the bows. For myself, it's an honor and a sign of respect to be in the position that I am, at the location that I'm at, okay? As a parent, it's an honor and a sign of respect, to have those kids, all right? And to have them be responsible young adults, okay? And to cheer them on during their sporting events. Okay. And then when, afterwards, it's like, hey, you want to go out and have a good time? Sure. You earned it. That's a respect on your part because you've done your chores. Okay. You've honored your commitment to doing the dishes or cleaning the house. And it wasn't something that I had to ask or beg for it to happen. You just, hey, it was my night to do dishes. Okay. So I did dishes. All right. So, as kids start to learn that responsibility, it carries into adulthood. It carries into their work practices. It carries into, their own small family life as they continue moving on when they're dating and stuff like that. They're responsible. And, and they learn that from generations as it passed down. And as us being that older generation, we need to pass more of that on to the young. All right? Kind of like that 10 of arrows, or the 10 of arrows instruction. Pass that down to somebody else to help carry that burden. All right. Another thing about this card is it moves forward, as you've taken on that responsibility and you complete the task, your peers start to trust you more. Okay. And this in turn enhances your self-worth and your self-respect. So if you're carrying that burden, those bows up that hill, okay, and you're being the responsible one, and you've got all that on your shoulders, okay, the perception that you're giving everybody else is that self-worth and that self-respect. You've taken that responsibility upon yourself, even though they gave it to you as maybe a challenge or a test. You took it, you were humble, and as you're climbing up that path and taking it back to the tribe, you're smiling about it because like, yeah, they thought they were going to get me. They give me a big responsibility. I'm coming back with all these bows, all right? And I'm going to share them. And the tribe knows that. The tribe looks at that and it says, He understands. He's taken that step to be one with the community. He's taken that step to be one with the family. Didn't have to ask him to take out the trash. Didn't have to ask him to do the dishes. Okay? Didn't have to ask to do different things. All right? But when they do ask for something, you know, maybe this guy with the bows, he says, you know, hey, on Friday night, I'd like to, go out, walk around in the woods. And they'd be like, yeah, we trust you. Go ahead, do that. We know you won't get into trouble because you've acted responsibly. Okay? You've done the right thing, so you've earned the honor and respect of the tribe to move forward. So that's the primary message of the day for this 10 of Bows, responsibility. I hope you enjoyed it. Hit that like button for me. Place any comments down below and subscribe to the channel. This is Dee from the Spirit's Path, and we'll talk to you tomorrow. Have a great day, everybody.